What's up guys, this is Chris here, and today we're going to be talking about one of my absolute favorite guns. Today we're going to be going over the Atlas Gunworks Artemis. Now the Artemis is a gun that you've seen on the channel before. I also have a whole bunch of rounds through another Atlas Artemis, but I wanted to show you this one here. This is my new Artemis. They took about 8 months to make it, and it is a full custom order, as you can see right here. Now, the reason why I ordered this is because I think this is the best handgun in the world that isn't compensated. The reason why that's important is for competition. If you run a compensator, you will be in open class. If you do not run a compensator, you will be in limited optics for a 2011 and carry optics for pretty much everything else. Compensator brings you into the big boy division, so most people want to shoot 9mm minor, which is the standard 9mm you're aware of. And if you want to do that, no compensator for you. So the Artemis, in my opinion, is the best gun to do that job. The reason why is because it is a 2011 platform. It has an aluminum grip here with grip panels, as you can see, with my name on it. That's pretty cool. It has a steel frame, and then it has a steel slide with a big old sight block on there. We have a 4.5-inch barrel, 5-inch slide due to the sight block. The gun comes with 3 magazines, which is actually pretty good value. We have one of the best optics mounting systems on the market for the SRO. We have slide cuts. The whole thing's DLC coated with a sub 2-pound trigger with a long flat face serrated bow in red, of course. I got Twisted to shoot it, which was really fun. His boy Tony was also over here, and we put a bunch of rounds through it.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Now I'm sure you guys are going to be asking the price, which we'll get to here in a minute, but it is extremely expensive. Also very hard to come by as of now. Atlas is only making guns to order, and the order time can be a bit long considering this one took me 8 months. Now the Atlas Gunworks Athena is very, very good and one of my absolute favorite pistols, although in speed I feel as though the Artemis is slightly better. The reason for that is they're almost the same gun. However, the Artemis does have the sight block, so you have the same reciprocating mass of the Athena, but you have just a little bit more weight on the sight block and on the rail, since the rail is slightly longer, in order to keep the muzzle down for those fast strings of fire. Other than that, it's about the same gun, and they're both fucking awesome. Pocket reload. The cool part about Atlas Gunworks is that you really do get what you pay for. You get a gun that not only performs extremely well in the speed and accuracy department, but unlike 2011s of old, this gun also runs like a sewing machine. It's quick. Now we've got a pretty cool barrel system in there as well, all DLC coated, and it's extremely slick. That's a bull barrel in there, and yes, these are unbelievably accurate. The total weight on the gun is around 39 ounces, which isn't the heaviest gun in the world. It is heavy enough to control the recoil, heavy enough to keep on target well and shoot accurately at a distance. It's not so heavy that you feel encumbered getting it out of the holster or transitioning between targets. Now, what would you want to use a gun like this for? Obviously, limited optics comes to mind, but you can use it for IPSC or IDPA as well. Now, if you're not interested in competition, but you do have a chunk of change to really show up your friends on the range, that's a good choice as well. I can tell you that I honestly shoot these about 1/3 better than I do a stock Glock. And you absolutely can't buy skill, but you can buy a bit of performance. If you're shooting a SIG P365 and I put one of these in your hands, you're going to immediately start shooting better. And the reason for that is because beginner shooters have a tendency to have issues with trigger control, and there isn't a better trigger in the whole world than an Atlas Gunworks 2011. There are some that equal it, like maybe SVI, Phoenix Trinity, but those are also $7,000 2011s. So it is for sure the best trigger that you're ever gonna get. One of the best things about Atlas though is their grip completely deletes the grip safety. And although I'm a big 1911 fan, I do not like the grip safeties. I've had issues with them over the years not going off when I want them to. And the reason for that is if you're trying to fix the issue of a 2011 by riding the manual safety, because a lot of times if people go underneath it, they pop it up while they're shooting. If you're riding that, it can also separate your hand a little bit from the back of the grip, and then you don't initiate the grip safety. So by deleting that, you delete a lot of problems you could potentially have, which is why I do prefer this for competition and for hard use. If we're talking home defense, this is one of the best pistols you could ever buy. It's as fast as a sub gun. There's no compensator in the front, so you don't have to worry about any extra blast. You can get standard capacity mags, you can get 22, or you can get 27 round 9mm mags that you can reload in the blink of an eye. Unbelievably fast, huge capacity, and amazing to shoot.
I could do this all day.
All day. Some of the few downsides to this gun. First off, as we mentioned before, it's extremely expensive at $7,000, so it is pricey. The second thing is that it needs to be lubed a little bit more than your standard Glock. I like to throw lube on these guys around 500 rounds or so. Once I started reviewing Atlas, they were one of the first companies that really got me back into the 2011. I've been a 1911 guy for so long, and my only issue with the 1911 has always been capacity. I always want more capacity, so I have to reload less. And when the 2011 came around, it was sort of unreliable. And Atlas was the first company I ever had that had all these premium features, and the guns worked. And they work with any type of ammunition at any time. And every time I shoot it, it puts me in such a good mood. I know I was in a bad mood the other day, and my wife's like, why don't you go out and shoot your Artemis? So we went out and fired like 200 or 300 rounds through it, and by the end of the day, it just reminded me how much I love shooting handguns. Overall, this is certainly one of my great loves, and I think you'll like it too. Questions on this gun, like maybe to other companies like Phoenix Trinity, let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please stop out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.
Come on. Oh. Oh.